All right, guys, welcome to a new episode of Chargers Weekly with a longtime friend of the podcast. Haven't talked to him in a while, Shawne Merriman. Shawne, how are you, my man?
I'm doing well, man, regarding the circumstances. I'm just glad gyms are about to open back up, so
That's
I'm
right.
all good.
It looks like you're about to go to the gym, right?
I am. I'm about to go spar a couple rounds down to Long Beach with some of my guys for Lights Out. So, yeah, man, I'm happy to get back in. And it was tough. It was tough trying to find a place to work out, and also while keeping the social distancing and everything too at the same time.
Yeah, it's been a challenge for a lot of different people. First, happy belated birthday! And
Thank you.
And you said you're not going to count this year, right? You got to count it twice next year, 2021.
That's right. I'm still 35, man. I'll be turning 36 next year. Yeah, man, I feel great, though. You know, I look back on it. I remember coming in and laughing at all the old guys, the Randall Godfreys of the world and Jamal Williams. I used to call them old guys, and now I'm 36. So that always feels a little bit weird.
Well, dude, you're throwing up 100-pound dumbbells. Are you making a comeback? Is there something you're not telling me? Are we going to see Lights Out at training camp?
Look, training camp, no. If you need me on some time towards the playoffs.
What a stupid question. Yeah, what a stupid question.
3rd and +7. I straight up the field. I can go get a quarterback for you for sure.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, so much has happened this offseason. Let's just start with the uniforms because you were one of the few that got a sneak peek ahead of time. What was your reaction when you saw them? And then what was your reaction to everyone else's reaction once they were released to the world?
Well, initially, man, I was nervous, right? Because I'm such an honest person, and I'm upfront. So if I don't like something, I'm like, they were okay. But you always gonna go. You can't go wrong with the powder blues, right? So you can't mess those up. I knew those were going to be top notch number one.
Yeah.
But I was surprisingly shocked, man, that every single color combination. If someone was to ask me just direct, what do you think about the Chargers uniform, right? Not even being biased, I would tell them that every set of uniforms they have is the best in the NFL because you have a little bit of the old school in that mix. And so you start with the numbers on the helmet. You have the some of the old golds that they had back in the day. And then you have like a new transformation of the new school. And like the how it pops off the color line, you can just tell the way the seams and everything was cut, man. They really, really spent a lot of time going over these uniforms and how they were just built. So I can't wait, man, because that was always a thing, right? As a player, when you got the best uniforms in the NFL and you come out, whether it's a Sunday night or Monday night football game, and you're the only show in town, and your uniforms are just popping the way they are. I mean, that's an automatic win in the players' eyes.
And the thing is, they were already the best in the NFL, arguably.
Already, right.
So to make it better and just really by making it, in a way, simpler and then paying homage to the past, the numbers on the helmet was like the cherry on top for me. But what you said, it wasn't just the powder blues, like the whites, the navies. I mean, all of them are just so clean. And these guys, you got to feel good when you're going out to the field of SoFi Stadium. These guys are going to feel good wearing those new unis.
Oh, no question about it. I mean, like I said before, you look good, you play good, you feel good, and all those things go together. All those things stand true.
I think the biggest thing when we go into 2020 is the quarterback's room is completely different now. Phillip didn't miss a start since 2006. You got Tyrod, you got Justin Herbert, who the team drafted at 6 overall. You got Easton Stick in there. But the quarterback's room, I look at the positives moving forward. Tyrod is an established guy in his league. He went to a Pro Bowl. He doesn't turn the football over. And then with Justin Herbert, this kid had 42 starts at Oregon. So I think that's going to help him. You see his intelligence on display already. What do you make of this new look quarterback's room as we get into 2020, Shawne?
Well, it's going to be exciting, and one of the most exciting parts of it is the competition level that's going to be happening. I've always said, like, hey, Tyrod can go. People, don't overlook Tyrod. Tyrod can play, and he's an established veteran. He's going to go out and better win you some football games. I thought the team was smart into building something for the future and having somebody there who's going to be there for the next 5 years. And Tyrod is going to go out there and he's going to push Justin. He's going to push Herbert. He's going to push him a lot, and that's what you need in order to grow the team and have it going in the right direction, because without that competition there's no one behind us pushing each other. And if you don't think that both of these guys are going to make each other won't make each other better, you're wrong. There's going to be a competition every single day, and that's going to push Herbert, and that's going to make Tyrod just that much better, because he can go out and win some football games for you.
He can, and I've said this a few times during the offseason. He had stops in Baltimore, in Buffalo, in Cleveland. Tyrod's never had a set of weapons like this. When we talk about Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Hunter Henry, Eckler in the backfield, Justin Jackson, Joshua Kelly, I don't think Tyrod has ever played with a set of weapons like this. And you look at a revamped offensive line too, Shawne. This will be the perfect stage for Tyrod to show what he's all about.
This will be the best team and the best opportunity he's had in the National Football League all the way around, not just from the offense side of the ball, on the defense side of the ball. The Chargers defense is a top 5 defense.
Yeah.
They're top 5 defense. And so you're going to have more opportunities now, because they're going to get turnovers. They're going to put the ball back in your hands. They're going to give you great field position. So all these things are going to help out Tyrod to give him the best opportunity to be successful. And it doesn't matter at that point, because now, Justin Herbert can sit back and watch, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with taking your time, learning how the NFL goes, learning the speed of the game. Tyrod can hold him off for a year or so, then great. Then Justin will come in and play when he's ready.
Especially in an unconventional offseason like this, man, where you don't have the offseason program that you're typically accustomed to as a rookie. You're doing everything like we're doing via Zoom right now, trying to learn the playbook. It's going to take some time for, I think, all of these rookies to get accustomed to life in the NFL right now, because what they're doing right now, Shawne, is they're doing what you and I are doing. We're at home on Zoom, and they're just trying to learn the playbook and trying to learn as much as they can remotely.
Yeah, and you know what? You can pick up a lot of that mentally. You can have those mental reps where you go over the playbook over and over and over again, but we all know it's completely different when you got fire coming at you, when you got those D linemen in your face.
Doubt.
You got to move out the pocket and throw on the run. Things happening, and we're showing different blitzes on defense, and guys showing different blitzes, and you have to be able to make those quick checks and have a mental capacity to do it in game action. Right now, it's fine because he's picking up the mental reps. It's great. He'll walk in and at least understand and hear the terminology enough where he's not too far behind the curve. But the real action is going to be when you get on the field and you see how fast that the NFL is. You see how fast, you see a Melvin Ingram come running at you. You see a Joey Bosa come running at you, a Derwin James, and him, showing one coverage and being able to pick the ball off somewhere else. That's where you're really going to get the best learning experience. But right now, it's fine to pick up those mental reps.
We talked about the defense a little bit. Kenneth Murray, you get in the first round. And you had a cool comment. I thought I saw an article about retired jerseys, and you said, I'm against it. I'm all for passing it to the next generation. I'm excited to see that 56 in action because Kenneth Murray's a beast. I want to get your thoughts on Kenneth, but also seeing 56 back in the limelight at SoFi Stadium, it's got to be kind of a cool thing for you too.
Yeah, it's cool, especially when you got a guy that can make some plays. That's always a cool thing. And Murray, we got a chance to talk. We've gone back and forth over Instagram and direct message or whatnot. And, he's explosive, man. And that's the fun part is going to be. And you look at these guys, and I always evaluate, especially linebackers at his position, and how their mental approach is and how they lay it all out in the field, right? You have some guys who just get to the ball and want to make a tackle. No, he's running through guys. And, and that's when you see this explosive movement come in and him finishing guys and swarming the tackles and being relentless. This is what I see from him. And without jumping a gun, because, the NFL is obviously much different in college, I can see right now he's going to be a player. He's going to be a star in the NFL. And that was a hell of a draft pick for many different reasons, and not just his athletic ability. He's a tone setter. He's that spark plug. And I think that if you want to make any comparisons to what I did and what he's going to do is he's going to initiate that spark that the defense need and really the team needs. He's going to be that spark plug because he's exciting as hell. He's going to have to learn a lot. He's going to have to pick up this game speed, and he's going to have to learn the ins and outs of being a pro in NFL. But I can tell you right now, he's going to be a guy that's going to get on the field, and you're going to say, wow, right away. He's going to do something to flash and let you know that what he's going to be in the next, for the next 5 or 10 years. He has that flash and that explosiveness, and I can't wait to watch it.
I almost feel like it's similar to Derwin, his rookie year, when you saw right off the bat, I'm like, oh, man, this guy's going to be a player. And Shawne, now you have, and we've talked about this throughout the offseason too, you have Bosa, Murray, and Derwin. You have a guy on each level of your defense that is a potential blue chip player. We know Joey and Derwin are. I think Kenneth has that potential as well. But to have a Pro Bowl, all-pro, blue chip type player on each level of your defense, speak to how important that is for a team.
It's very important because, everybody at every level has to be the tone setter. You got the D line up there, and Ingram and Bosa coming off the edge, and they're going to flush things up the middle to the D tackle. You have, Murray there, and you got, still a solid linebacker core, and you have a third level that is bringing just that much impact back there. So you have a different level of accountability on every level of the defense. And it's infectious, man. I can't say it enough. And, I'll never forget me going out there and make a big play. And I can 2, 3, 4 plays later, Sean Phillips is going to make a big play. Luis Castillo's making a big play. Joxie's there, Jamal, Igor, so it's infectious because everybody wants to be in on making that big play. And you have somebody at every level that's going out and setting the tone, is going to set the tone for the entire team because everybody wants to go out there and make a big play.
Yeah, and, I mentioned Bosa, Derwin, and Murray, but let's not forget about Melvin Ingram, Casey Hayward, Chris Harris Jr., Linval Joseph. Like the list goes on and on, Shawne. And some of these guys are free agents, talking about Chris Harris Jr. and Linval.
The Chargers, no doubt, had the best offseason in football. There's no doubt about it. This is probably, in my opinion, and just being around the organization, this is probably the best offseason they've ever had. Wow. As far as the draft class, as far as who they brought in, the key people they brought in, the big offensive lineman there from Carolina, from the Panthers. They filled every gap that they had missing last year in order to be a championship team. That's what happened. Every hole that they needed to fill in order to take the team to the next level, they did that. So I know it looks good on paper, and you got these names, you got these guys to play, so they still have to go out and execute. But this isn't a situation where you're talking about a team who just a couple of years ago, they were 12-4.
Yeah.
Right. This is practically in a sense the same team, minus a couple guys, but they've also made some great additions. So of course they got to go out and worry about the preseason and game one and get through it. And I don't want to talk for them or talk too fast because they still have to go out and handle business. But you can't help to be excited for what's to come. You know what these guys are capable of, so the expectations are going to be high.
What's happening, Chargers fans? If you guys want to see some more, click right here. Check it out. It's pretty simple. Right here. Check it out.